Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learned back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Uranus conjunct the South Node in a natal chart. Now, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the aspects in a natal chart. They're a little bit concise. Some people may refer to them as snappy, so what I decided to do was make another series on them in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So anyway, first thing up is if you have Uranus conjunct the South Node in a natal chart, there may be tremendous inspiration, which is Uranus, for doing things you are naturally proficient in, which is the South Node. Now, if the South Node, say, is in Scorpio as an example, those things you are naturally proficient in can be connected with deep research, investigation. It could be matters connected with support or doing something with the occult, which includes astrology, also forensics investigation, embalming, psychology, locksmithing. It could be solving complex problems as some examples. And also the same may apply for things you are trying to get away from, so which is the South Node. So there may be tremendous, exorbitant amount of inspiration for those things as well. Now, if you have the South Node, in Virgo as an example, those things you're trying to get away from, maybe it could be some very, intense, fault-finding qualities, or being overly cynical or judgmental, or just being worrisome, being anxious in general. It could be over-analyzing things, those kind of things. Also, too, another way Uranus conjunct the South Node may manifest in a natal chart is that at some point in time you may need to get away from, which is the South Node, friends, certain friends, groups, clubs, and organizations, which is Uranus, that may be affecting you to your detriment. Now, the thing is, if you have, let's say, Uranus is in Sagittarius, it might be some groups, clubs, or organizations, friends that might have some philosophical or religious beliefs that you need to get away from, or could also be some sports related or religious related group, club, or organization, or group, club, or organization associated with publishing or advertising, printing press operation, foreign travel, as some other examples. And also, too, at the same time, those same people, again, people that may be, prominent in groups, clubs, and organizations, and even friends, may play an integral role in your natural built-in abilities, which is the South Node. Going to the South Node in Virgo, again, as an example, those natural built-in abilities, maybe analytical skills, being punctilious with details, organization, being able to compartmentalize, being matters with cleaning, sanitation, as some examples. South Node in Capricorn, some natural built-in abilities may be simply tied into business acumen, organization, doing things, that are, that require discipline. That it could be government or political related work, as some examples. And also, too, astrology, astronomy, computers, electronics, and innovation, which is Uranus. Those may be things that you have a natural ability, which is the South Node, for. Now, if the conjunction is in Sagittarius, as an example, it may be flavored with more exuberance, enthusiasm, optimism, positivity. If the conjunction, say, is in Capricorn, it might be flavored with more consistency, structure, discipline, concentration, seriousness, and responsibility, as another example. And also, too, at some point, you may need to leave behind, which is the South Node. It could be rebellious, non-conforming, idiosyncratic, and even bizarre type qualities or behavior, which is Uranus. Going to the conjunction being in Capricorn as an example. Again, that may have more of an impact on your career ambitions, social status, stature, and life reputation. As some examples, if the conjunction, say, is in Aquarius, it may be more of an impact on goals, aspirations, or future. Could be matters with friends, as another example. And also, too, there may at some point be, some removal, which is the south node. It could be of something connected with an ankle or shin or calf, a nerve, or even a tumor, protrusion or some unusual growth, which is Uranus. Now, if you have Uranus in Capricorn, it may be something more bone-related or something that's more like an older age, or something that's more constant or consistent. If the conjunction is in Aquarius, as another example, the issue may be more sporadic, erratic, intermittent. It may be more nerve-related. Sagittarius might be on a bigger, scale. As another example, if the conjunction is in Scorpio, say, it may be something that requires more, in like deeper imaging, X-rays, more MRIs, or maybe something that's more of either a complex issue or a deeper type of issue, as another example. And also, too, another way that Uranus conjunct the South Node may manifest in the natal chart is that you may express much selflessness and altruism, which is Uranus, with those that are prominent in your past, which is the South Node. Now, let's say, if the South Node, say, is in Aries as an example. Those people that play an integral role in your past, one or more, may actually be an Aries Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be those that are aggressive, assertive, forceful, combative, courageous, brave, those that are not readily discouraged. It could be people that are pioneering, innovative, but at the same time can be very impetuous, impulsive, and even volatile as well. Now, another thing about this aspect in the natal chart is that you may express a tremendous amount of freedom and independence, which is Uranus, in that first half of life, and may be emphasized, which is the South Node. Now, if the South Node, let's say it's in Capricorn as an example, is that freedom and independence may be strongly associated with career endeavors and ambitions, doing things to attain a greater social status, stature in life, success in general, matters with one's reputation, the public image, gaining some kind of notoriety and exposure even. And also the same may apply for like overdeveloped and redundant qualities, which is the South Node. So again, it could be a lot of that freedom of expression in expressing that overdeveloped and redundant qualities. And going to the South Node in Virgo as an example of overdeveloped and redundant qualities could be, some, over, could be connected with over-analysis, such as seeing the Dwad within the Dwad, in an astrological placement. It could be, let's say, if the conjunction, let's say if the South Node is in Aquarius, those overdeveloped and redundant qualities may be, tied in, just being unique for the sake of being unique, just constantly wanting to do things in an unorthodox manner, just for the sake of doing it. And if you're a believer in past life, this could indicate that you during a past life maybe you expressed some really unusual or idiosyncratic behavior, or maybe you were somebody in a Uranus-related field, such as an astrologer or astronomer, or somebody connected with computers, electronics, rocket science, meteorology, or aviation as some examples. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Leonard saying, stay well.